Catherine O'Hara was a name people never expected to hear in breaking news alerts. For decades, she felt permanent, familiar, steady. When confirmation finally arrived, disbelief turned into a quiet shock that spread across generations of viewers who had grown up with her work. Catherine O'Hara passed away on January 30th, 2026, at the age of 71, and the sense of loss felt unusually personal for millions of people around the world. This video looks carefully at what is officially known about her passing, what has been confirmed about her cause of death, and why her family has chosen privacy. It also walks through her children, her net worth, the lifestyle she lived away from cameras, and how she built one of the most consistent and respected careers in entertainment history without ever turning her private life into a public performance. But according to official information, emergency responders were called to Catherine O'Hara's home in the Brentwood area of Los Angeles in the early hours of Friday morning. The Los Angeles Fire Department confirmed that paramedics responded to a medical aid call shortly before 5 a.m. When first responders arrived, she was described as being in serious condition. She was transported to a nearby hospital for emergency treatment. Despite medical efforts, she later passed away. Later that same day, her representatives released a brief statement confirming her death. The statement explained that Catherine O'Hara died following a short illness. No further medical details were provided, and no specific cause of death was publicly disclosed. That lack of detail immediately raised questions, and especially because she had not been publicly associated with serious health struggles. Catherine O'Hara had not withdrawn from public life. There were no reports of long hospital stays or public cancellations tied to illness. She appeared professionally engaged and culturally present. For fans and colleagues alike, her passing felt sudden because she had remained a steady presence rather than someone slowly stepping away. As news spread, speculation followed, but the confirmed facts remain limited. Catherine O'Hara passed away after a brief illness, and her family chose to keep medical specifics private. In the days after her death, some discussion returned to a rare medical condition she had mentioned years earlier, known as situs inversus, a condition where internal organs are arranged as a mirror image of the typical layout. And as she had previously explained that it never caused serious health problems. Medical experts generally state that the condition is usually harmless, and there has been no confirmation connecting it to her death. What made Catherine O'Hara's passing especially difficult to process was how present she still felt in everyday culture. She had not announced retirement. She had not disappeared from industry conversations. Her work was still being watched, quoted, and celebrated. That sense of continuity made the loss feel closer. To understand why her death resonated so deeply, it helps to understand who Catherine O'Hara was beyond the headlines. Catherine Ann O'Hara was born on March 4, 1954, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. She grew up in a large Irish Catholic family as one of 7 children. Her household was structured and lively, and filled with strong personalities and constant interaction. Humor was part of daily life, not something she had to discover later. She began her professional career in the 1970s through improvisational comedy at Toronto's Second City. This environment demanded discipline and quick thinking. Performers had to create characters in real time, often without scripts. Those early years shaped how Catherine O'Hara approached acting for the rest of her life, with preparation, control, and deep respect for craft. Her breakout came with the sketch comedy series SCTV. On that show, she became known for her ability to completely transform into different characters. She did not rely on familiarity or charm. Each role felt intentional and distinct. Her work earned admiration not just from audiences, but from fellow performers who recognized the level of precision behind every performance. Television success soon led to film roles that expanded her reach globally. In 1988, she appeared in Beetlejuice, introducing her to broader audiences. 2 years later, Home Alone made her a household name. As the frantic mother racing across continents to reunite with her child, Catherine O'Hara delivered a performance that felt emotionally grounded, even within a highly exaggerated story. Home Alone and its sequel became long-standing traditions for many families. For millions of viewers, Her performance became part of childhood itself. It was revisited year after year, especially during the holidays, without losing its impact. Throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, Catherine O'Hara worked steadily. She avoided chasing fame for its own sake and chose projects that emphasized character and collaboration. Her work with directors who valued improvisation highlighted her ability to build believable characters in subtle ways. Later in her career, Schitt's Creek introduced her to a new generation of viewers. Her portrayal of Moira Rose was bold, theatrical, and unconventional. The performance could have easily become excessive, but instead, it was precise and controlled. The role earned her a Primetime Emmy Award and reaffirmed her place as one of the most respected performers of her generation. Despite renewed fame, Catherine O'Hara did not change how she lived. Away from cameras, she remained deeply private. She married production designer and director Bo Welch in 1992 after meeting on the set of Beetlejuice, and their marriage lasted more than 3 decades. In an industry known for instability, their relationship remained steady and largely out of public view. They did not turn their marriage into a public story and rarely discussed it in interviews. Together, they had 2 sons, Matthew and Luke. Catherine O'Hara made a conscious decision to raise her children away from celebrity culture. They were not raised on red carpets or featured in entertainment magazines. She believed in protecting their privacy and giving them a grounded upbringing. As adults, both sons pursued creative careers behind the scenes in the entertainment industry, working in areas such as set design and construction. They chose paths that reflected creativity without public exposure, mirroring the values their parents emphasized. The family was always described by those close to Catherine O'Hara as her priority. Acting was her profession, not her identity. When she was not working, she focused on home life and routine. That same approach applied to her finances and lifestyle. Despite more than 50 years of steady work, Catherine O'Hara's estimated net worth at the time of her death was around $10 million. Her wealth was built through consistent roles, residual income, and long-term professionalism rather than flashy deals or endorsements. She was not known for extravagant spending. She did not display wealth publicly. She lived in a long-time home in Brentwood, Los Angeles, shared with her husband. It was a place chosen for privacy and stability rather than status. Colleagues often described her as dependable and prepared. She arrived knowing her material, respected collaborators, and avoided unnecessary drama. She elevated projects through commitment rather than ego. When news of her death became public, tributes arrived quickly. Actors, directors, writers, and comedians shared memories focused on her discipline, generosity, and professionalism. Fans responded by sharing scenes, quotes, and memories rather than speculation. At the time this video is being recorded, detailed information about funeral or memorial arrangements has not been publicly released. Her family has requested privacy, and no public services have been announced. That decision reflects how Catherine O'Hara lived her life, carefully and quietly, without turning personal moments into public events. Her death closed the chapter on a career defined by consistency rather than controversy. She did not build her legacy through spectacle. She built it through work, discipline, and respect for her craft. For more than 5 decades, Catherine O'Hara showed that longevity did not require scandal and that privacy could still exist in a public career. Her body of work continues to be watched, shared, and remembered. For many people, Catherine O'Hara was always there, and now, her absence is what makes her loss feel so profound.